As we continue our way along the Pacific Coast Highway, we start our day at a California icon and spend our last moments of daylight at one of the best beaches in California. But a landslide has us backtracking along our route, trying to beat the dark before settling in for the night. Join us as we mark off one of the most picturesque parts of the Pacific Coast Highway, and it all starts now.
What an adventure.
If you've ever tried to squeeze a bucket list highway into a single day, you already know how this story goes. We're trying to fit some of the best parts of Highway 1 into a thin slice of sunlight, so let's get moving. We are driving through Santa Cruz to make our first stop of the day, the Santa Cruz Wharf. But there's no one in the booth and the gate's left open, so we won't be here that long anyways. Let's drive on. And, as has been our experience on this trip so far, here is more road construction. On the wharf, no doubt. Okay, let's pull over here and walk around. Oh my goodness. Listen to these guys. At least the seagulls are being quiet. Somebody doesn't want to share their space.
I don't know if you can hear me with all the seals, but back here is the Santa Cruz Beach and Boardwalk, which is the oldest active amusement park on the West Coast, built in 1907, and it's been operating ever since. It wins awards every year. I don't think you can hear me with all the seals, but anyway. All right, let's visit a bit more of Santa Cruz before we hit the road.
Yeah, these seals are really starting to steal the show. This is the Grove, formerly known as Coconut Grove. It's hosted acts like Benny Goodman, Artie Shaw, Tommy Dorsey, Sonny and Cher, and it hosted the first Miss California pageant in 1924. This is Sur Lighthouse.
I don't know what the temperature is this morning, but it's cold. I have a hoodie and a windbreaker on. And yet, I see people out rowing on the ocean, so I don't know. Maybe they're used to the cold here. I think I was expecting it to be warmer.
All right, let's get to our next stop. There's still no one in the booth. Let's check out the boardwalk.
The fire whispers secrets.
It's early and off season, so nothing is open. Let's have a quick look around.
Never know your shadow dancing.
Maybe a photo.
A fleeting ghost.
This place must be happening in the summer. We have one more stop in Santa Cruz before we make our way across Monterey Bay.
We flicker and fade like a match in.
This is Capitola Beach.
Hold me close, but not too tight. We're just embers.
Oh, so cute.
And across the beach is the Venetian Court, often described as one of California's first vacation home complexes. These buildings were built 100 years ago in 1924. The townhouses are famous for their bright pastel colors and their position right on the beach. One of these beachfront units recently sold for $5.5 million. Unfortunately, it's already time to go.
The thing is like these trips, we want to see everything, right? Yeah. But then we don't have time to see everything well. Mm-hmm. You could spend a week just here in Santa Cruz, I'm sure, and not see everything.
Wow.
But for us, it's a couple of hours and away we go, because we're on to see the next thing, because we might never come back.
Yes, this is the harsh reality of part-time travel and limited time off. We would love to spend more time discovering an area, but there's so much ground that we want to cover. We really feel that it's better to see a little bit of everything than a lot of one thing. And if there's something we really love, we'll come back and give it the time it deserves. Do you agree? Leave a comment below and tell us how you like to travel. The Moss Landing smokestacks here at the power plant signal that we're halfway around Monterey Bay. And here in the distance is Monterey. And this is also where my dash cam died. Welcome to what is arguably the greatest beach in California, Carmel Beach. The sand here is soft and white like the beaches of Cuba. There are a lot of surfers in the water, but I have yet to see anyone actually surfing. Talk about beachfront property. I wonder what these places are going for. Carmel Beach was one of the last places in California where you could legally have a bonfire on the beach. They're even decorating for Halloween. Looks like Guylaine and Rochelle are getting photobombed. And someone is finally up on a board. Briefly. They're still waiting for that perfect wave. Well, they're doing better than me. I wouldn't even get in that cold water.
Try and keep out of the wind as much as I can. We are at Carmel by the sea. And this was one of the last beaches in California that you were allowed to have a wood fire. And now there are no wood fires allowed. It is propane only. We can smell fire from here, so I'm not sure if there's a wildfire burning nearby. But yeah, also a dog-friendly beach. And the sand here is, well, it's like a beach in Cuba. There's, it's like white quartz, very soft, very powdery beach. There's some surfing. Surfing's not going very well for those guys, but again, I don't know if you can hear me with all this wind, but we have a family here who went swimming. I mean, it can't be more than 50 degrees here. I don't know how cold the water is, but it's really windy. It's cold. I took off my hoodie and I'm kind of sorry, and these people are in a bathing suit, so at least the surfers have wetsuits. This is definitely the most beautiful beach that we've seen so far in California. The further south we go, the nicer the beaches are getting. So our final beach will be in Venice. And hopefully that's really nice. It's a little walk to get down here from the parking lot. It's not too far, there's public washrooms, but it is a bit of a ramp and the sand is very soft. So if you have mobility issues, it might be hard to get down here.
I wonder if the fish are biting. Well, one of us was brave enough to get in the water. I don't have the balance for that. I'll stick to the kayak. I could spend all day here, but the road is calling. Let's drive Carmel Point along the Scenic Drive. These views are worth millions of dollars.
In the dark, the light we made. Hold me close, but not too tight. We're just embers in the night. Ashes scatter where the river bends. Time runs thin.
This is Mara Beach.
Every goodbye.
Just look at this place. What a stunning drive. Okay, let's continue south.
Unspoken.
We could see the whole coastline opening up. Turquoise water, cliffs dropping away beneath us, and the kind of California drama you see in the movies. Construction really seems to be the theme on this trip. Wow, look at that place up there.
I'm sure this needs no introduction. This is the Bixby Point Bridge, and it is one of the most photographed bridges in all of California. I would argue that maybe the Golden Gate might be a little bit more, but apparently this is on all the postcards and everything. This bridge was built in 1932, and prisoners were offered a lesson sentence to work on the bridge, and they were dangled from the cliffs in buckets to help build it. Parking here is very limited. They're doing construction. We stopped at the Rocky Creek Bridge, but it was pretty much closed. It's down to one lane because they're doing construction there. So
Far below, the Bixby Creek runs into the ocean. Looks like there's a sea cave carved into the cliffs below us. Let's see what it looks like from across the road. One of California's most photographed spots, Bixby Bridge stands 260 feet over the Bixby Creek.
If you're enjoying our California adventure so far, click on the subscribe button and click the notification button so you'll be notified the next time a video comes out. You can watch us cross the Bixby Bridge.
Wow, great painting. Okay, let's drive across the bridge.
Fire cracks, the shadows dance, a lantern glow, a fleeting chance, a whisper's lost to midnight air. Do you recall?
There's a pull-off here.
Were you ever there? Under the stars where the cold winds blow, hearts tangled up in the lantern glow. The lantern glow.
Here's looking back at Bixby Bridge.
The lantern glow flickers fade, but the memories grow. The pine trees hum, the earth stands still. The moon bends low, her ancient will. We carved our names in a cedar skin. Do the wood.
Perched 361 feet above the wild Pacific Ocean on a massive volcanic rock along California's Big Sur coast, Point Sur Lighthouse has stood as a guiding beacon since 1889. The lighthouse can only be visited by guided tour. The tour is at 10 a.m. on Saturdays and Sundays and at 1 p.m. on Wednesdays. It's first come, first served. We're here on a Wednesday, but it's still early, and with an elevation climb of 360 feet, it might not be doable for all members of our party. We'll just appreciate it from the side of the Pacific Coast Highway. Back on the road. And back into construction. Here on the right is Sycamore Canyon Road. We'll be coming back here shortly. And now we're coming out of the forest at Big Sur and back along the coast.
lantern glow. The lantern glow. The lantern glow.
Here's what we're looking for on the right, but we missed it. We'll have to turn back. Welcome to McWay Falls. There is parking with pit toilets on the other side of the highway, and even though it is a short walk from the parking to the platform below us, we're just going to take it all in from the side of the road here. McWay Falls is one of the only waterfalls in the continental US that drops straight into the ocean. When the tide's right anyways. Right now at low tide, it's falling directly onto the beach in McWay Cove. It's just 80 feet tall, but trust me, the setting steals the show. Steep cliffs, turquoise water, and that California coastal drama. Hey look, a hummingbird. Just look at this landscape. All right, it's time to move on. In our original plans, we were going to keep going south, along the coast, but a landslide just south of here has the road completely shut down.
A landslide that's blocked access between Ragged Point and Big Sur for over a year. The 450-foot slide happened in January of 2024.
The combination of Regent's Slide and a previously cleared slide 6 miles south has prevented through traffic on the Big Sur coast since January 15th, 2023. That means we're forced to go back the way we came. But I think we found a great place along the way for another quick stop. Sycamore Canyon Road is a single wide, twisty and narrow road leading from the Pacific Coast Highway to Pfeiffer Beach in Big Sur. There are pullouts to allow for oncoming traffic, but I wouldn't want to come down here towing the trailer. It's a beautiful drive through Los Padres National Forest.
I still see your face in the rising flames. Hear your
Eventually we get to the entrance. It's $15 per vehicle for entry.
games. The ashes
Parking is very limited, and there's no way to tell if it's full without driving all the way down the road.
but the fire inside, it never gets old.
What a beautiful beach.
So we're here at Pfeiffer Beach. This is where we're going to end our day today. Well, our visits today. We're probably going to the restaurant later. But Pfeiffer Beach is famous for the purple sand. Purple sand is from the manganese granite that comes off of the cliffs that surround here. Pretty cool.
Check out all of this purple sand. Look at that one lone tree all the way up there. Let's take a closer look at these rocks. Some kids are climbing the cliffs over there. Rumor has it that the north end of the beach is a nude beach, but at 58 degrees today, I don't think we're going to see any of them. Wow, what's the view like from up there? And this is Keyhole Rock. In the winter months, there's a handful of days when the sun lines up just right at dusk that the sunset can be viewed directly through the keyhole. Time to start heading back. I don't want to be driving along the cliff tops of California 1 in the dark. This road is very narrow. Before long, we're back riding along the coast. I guess I'm too slow for this guy passing me uphill on a double yellow line.
The sun dips low, paints the evening sky. Windows down, the wind hums a tune, lost in the hum, the August moon. Highway home, where the heart still roams. Every turn, every mile, a piece of the unknown. Highway home, through the dark, through the dawn. Where the
And here we are at the Wave Street Inn, home for the night.
a chorus of voices.
Check out the view from our room, rooftop fire pits. And out there is Monterey Bay. We'll see it tomorrow. Tonight we're going to slow down and sit by the fire. Maybe go out for fish and chips and call it a night. We didn't see everything we wanted today, not even close. But today reminded us why we travel this way. Because part-time travel doesn't mean small adventures. It just means the adventure is more intentional. See you in the morning. In our next video, it's Halloween in Monterey. We visit a local legend,
The moon's a silver,
and some amazing insects.
tossed high.
We take a detour through California wine country
Stars are winking slyly like
and visit another amazing California oceanfront. We even take our rental to the beach
tip. My shoes polished
before settling in for the night in Oprah's hometown.
in the moonlight.
So join us. Our next adventure is just around the corner.
The band's got rhythm, the brass has